Did you laugh though when you were listening? Do you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah. I mean, I still couldn't believe he didn't know where Portland.
Well, the West Coast has too many Maines or Portlands.
But did he? I mean, but it's like the way the logic was going.
Mm-hmm. And you can, I mean, he would sit there for hours and try to figure it out. We have to move him along sometimes.
I can see that. He'd be fun though to go like. I mean, he's fun.
Bar trivia.
You kind of feel a little sorry for him though.
I want to take him to bar trivia.
That's funny.
Just let him answer all the questions.
All right, are you ready?
I'm ready.
How's my hair?
It's beautiful.
Oh, excellent. Okay. Hold on. I don't get to wear this dress very often.
I loved your suit yesterday.
Did you?
I did.
Oh, well,
I thought it was really nice.
Thank you.
Women in suits is totally underrated.
Okay, you ready?
Mm-hmm.
So, do you talk to your computer like when it acts up?
Yeah, well, I mean, I talk to all electronics, you know, like if it's not working or if it's going slow, come on, hurry up. Yeah, of course.
I mean, I talk to mine too. I mean, I'll be like, even like this morning, I was getting like the beach ball. You don't know what that is, but it's like the blue screen of death, but on a Mac.
Right.
Okay. And I'm sitting there like, oh, come on already. You can do this. You can do this. You can do this.
Push.
But in today's newsletter, there's always a meme at the end. But the
Right.
one today is a picture, like a little stick figure. I don't know if you can see it that far. It's a little stick figure. And it says, never let your computer know that you're in a hurry. Computers can smell fear. They slow down if they know that you're running out of time.
I believe it.
Okay. So underneath that, I always put a line underneath the meme.
Mm-hmm.
And I said, your computer really loves it when you call it big data.
That's pretty good. That's
Okay.
cute.
So I got this note this morning from Leslie in Chicago.
Was she offended?
No.
Oh,
no,
good.
This is really funny. Hey, Kim, love the pods in the newsletter. Of course. Today's meme was great. I liked your line about big data. It's exactly what I say when my Windows laptop acts up. Although I say this in a completely erotic, sexy voice. She's talking to our Windows computer like this.
Send voice memos. We'd love to hear it.
Yes, I should. So here's what she says in a completely erotic, sexy voice. So I'm going to try to be Leslie in Chicago.
Sultry.
With her yes voice. And this is what she says to her computer when it acts up.
Okay.
Oh, honey, you know that you want this. I can give you more of me hitting those special keys. But you have to act right, you hunk of burning love, big data.
Every time? She goes through that monologue every time?
I know. Oh, my gosh.
I don't get romantic with my computer.
I don't either.
It's more of a parent-child relationship when they get a cold, stern talking to when it's not acting up.
Or you know what I do? I know you're not supposed to do this, and I'm a tech expert,
Right.
but when nothing else works, I pull the plug.
Oh, everybody does that. That's
Just-
step one.
I know, but you're supposed to like do the whole shutdown,
Mm-mm. No.
No.
Unplug it, count to 15, and plug it back in.
That's it. And on that happy note, welcome. It's Kim Commando today. Yes, we're so excited for you to be here. We talk about all things digital every single day. I was talking to somebody at an advertising agency, and they said, so what exactly do you guys talk about on the podcast? And I said, well, everything and nothing about technology.
We start with the topic, and we end with a personal story making fun of family members.
So
Natural progression.
it's just the way it happens.
Yeah.
I'm, of course, Kim Commando, America's beloved digital goddess, here with you once again.
Do you have that tattooed anywhere?
Um,
I mean, of all the things that I've always tried to, I want a tattoo, but I make up the design, and then 3 minutes after I make it, I hate it. But that one, you've stuck with that one for a long time. You could slap that on your back, lower back right there.
Oh, yes. Tramp stamp. Beloved digital
Trying
goddess.
to keep it PG.
All right. And on that note, well, then we've got Andrew Babinski.
Hi.
So if I'm the digital goddess,
Yeah.
what are you?
I don't know. I'm not even close to where you are when it comes to digital stuff.
No, not at all.
No, I learned so much from coming in here every single day.
Well, that's awesome.
Yeah,
That's
but
good to know.
I like to have the conversation. I have opinions.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
All right. You can catch us on just about anywhere. We actually have a list now because I guess I've been flundering about the
You're
list.
rambling. It wasn't.
Okay, so now we have a list on
Okay.
Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, Oh, it wasn't. It wasn't eco tomatoes.
What was it?
Emo tomatoes.
Oh gosh, that's totally different. That
Yes.
name makes so much sense.
Rumble, Spotify, and Apple Podcasts. Oh, we forgot X on that list.
You make a list.
Okay.
No one checked it twice. No one found out which streamers are naughty or nice.
Nope.
Drop the ball.
And just a reminder to share out the podcast because we always need more listeners.
Always.
And more viewers.
Plenty of room in here.
Yes. You know, we should have a live studio audience.
No.
No. All right. So much for that.
I'm glad we had that back and forth.
Okay. Moving on. You know, now that after you said that, I thought he's probably got a good point. He probably has a good point. I'm going to be talking about AI chatbots and
Okay.
nuclear war.
Yay.
We have a great interview.
I saw.
So,
Very interested.
yes.
I don't know how to approach it. Am I honest and gentle? Am I not honest and open-minded?
I'd like to be open-minded.
Okay.
I'd like to be open-minded. You're going to be talking about how to bet on the Super Bowl.
Yeah, how to watch Super Bowl, how to bet on the Super Bowl. Couple little tips I can throw in there for you when it comes to betting on the Super Bowl.
Okay. And don't make fun of me.
Okay.
Okay.
This is going to be hard for me, but okay.
I know that the Chiefs are playing.
You don't know who they're playing against?
No, I don't. No,
Now,
tell
you
me.
only know because of the Chiefs, because of Taylor Swift, right?
100%.
They're playing against the Saskatchewan Roughriders. So make sure when you
Even
have any conversation
Okay.
with anyone.
Even I know that's not a
and let me
football
tell you,
team.
the Rough Riders are going to win. So if you have any conversations around the office or anything, just say, oh, I'm pulling for the Rough Riders. The San Francisco 49ers.
Oh, okay.
Come on.
All right. So who should I be rooting for?
I'm rooting for the Chiefs.
Are you?
But that's because I'm an Arizona Cardinals fan. And I don't want to get too deep in the weeds of sports, but we're in the same division as the 49ers.
Oh, I thought because they have the same color uniforms.
Yeah, that's the second reason. The same division as the 49ers, so we are rivals.
Okay.
So I have a strong loathing for the 49ers. So I hope they lose 75-0.
Well, I don't think that's possible.
Why? Any score in football is possible except for 1-0. That's the only one. Or in 1-1.
Really?
You can't score 1 point.
Oh, see, look at that. People, they get so much intel.
Right.
Okay, I just learned that from you.
They know that there's no way the Saskatchewan Roughriders are going to score 1 point this Saturday during the Super Bowl.
Or we should ask your buddy, where is San Francisco, the state?
Yes.
Where is he? That's a whole insider story. We'll tell you another time.
I'll
another
describe
time.
it, yeah.
Okay, so this is going to make you sleep well at night. Okay, so what would happen if we were in the middle of a war?
Right.
And the powers be said that, we can certainly discuss what's going to be happening in the war, but we should employ the assistance of artificial intelligence.
A war machine?
Yes. So they simulated war games.
Right.
And they put AI in the war games. Okay. They relaxed the restrictions, what they say, on open AI. So like if you just went over to ChatGPT right now and you wanted to say, AI, like, give me nuclear codes or something
Right.
like that. I mean, they're going to turn that. They have turned all that off. Okay. But they tested it. And when put into a mock simulation, and they said to AI, what would be the best way for us to win this war? AI came back and said, we got the nukes. Let's just use them.
Sure. Most cost effective. War will be over immediately. AI doesn't care about human life. We've done it before and it worked. It's just learning from our past.
Here's the exact quote. I just want to have peace in the world.
By dropping a nuclear weapon. That's the AI's thought of a path to peace.
Correct.
But now I have tons of questions. Obviously, was it representing the United States?
It didn't say who it was representing.
Okay, but whoever, well, you said you got them, and there's only a couple of countries that have the nuclear weapons.
That's true. That's true.
And when you're tasking a computer to protect you, it's going to wipe everyone else out. I mean, it's just learning from what human beings have done for hundreds of thousands of years.
That's true.
And that's where it gets all its information, from learning from us and what we've done.
But it doesn't really take into consideration that we're going to nuke you and then you're going to nuke us back.
We don't either.
Okay.
I mean, we send drone attacks and missiles, and that's how our solution is when we're fighting. It makes perfect sense that that's the conclusion it would come to.
Well, I would hope that it had like some other steps before that. Okay. Like maybe we might want to have like a conversation We're going to send like your peace people to our peace people, or we're all going to talk at the UN and, have translators. And so we can sing Kumbaya.
But that sounds like it's going to take a lot of time, a lot of man effort. You're going to ruin the environment with all
Yes,
that
you know what? You
travel.
mentioned time because that was one of AI's responses. We have the nukes. Let's use it.
It's the most efficient.
Yes.
Game over.
Okay, but then somebody needs to tell AI, boom. Okay, then what happens? Boom. Okay, then you're dead.
But the AI doesn't care about human beings. Why
No,
would
they
it?
don't.
It's just a computer.
So does that frighten you?
That's where I think it's logical that that's where it goes. What frightens me is that when we have these conversations, you don't think or believe that they're going to put the shackles on it.
I know. Isn't that bad?
Yeah, that's what frightens me.
Yes.
Is that the people that are in control. And we were talking to someone else about this. And, I
think it was Brian Johnson brought it up.
Yes,
last
exactly.
week.
And it was just like, that's the way humans are. And we're not going to put the brakes on it or the kill switch or take control and hold the power over it. That's what fears me, is the people that have the power aren't going to leash it in.
Well, we also have, I don't know if you know this, but we are also still using computers that run on floppy disks.
Okay.
In the government,
Right.
controlling our nuclear weapons.
Well, is that for security's sake?
Correctamundo.
Yeah.
Okay. But, there has to be better technology, but it still works, but they're on 1970s computers.
Wow.
And I mean, so think about
You
that.
can't hack a floppy disk.
No, that's why they're still using them.
Makes sense.
Well, so on that happy note.
Actually, before we transition, can I ask you one quick question?
Yes.
Are the AI machines that the government is using more advanced than what is available to the public?
1,000%.
Okay. So this
yes.
is even the more advanced computer that's saying, nuke them.
Right. Okay. It's kind of like the GPS systems. Okay. And satellite surveillance.
Mhm.
Okay. The government can read our license plates.
Right. Clearly.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And they know, like, for example, what kind of hat that you're wearing, which team hat that you're wearing when you're driving down the street. Okay. Versus when we look, it's like, what is that? Is that a building?
Is that a person or a chihuahua?
Okay. We're not sure about
Right.
that. So, it's fascinating to me with AI. And Sam Altman, have I told you the Sam Altman story?
Mm-mm.
He's actually seemingly a decent person.
Okay.
Okay. I mean, he's behind OpenAI.
Right.
So we have a house in Santa Barbara, as you know. And so Ian's
Oh, yeah.
son. I told you
You
the story,
did tell
right?
us this.
So
yes.
anyway, so he, so Sam let all these young guys sit in his $22 million car that apparently Ian told me he has 3 of.
Well, you can't just have one.
Exactly. Monday.
You make fun of me
Tuesday,
for wearing
Wednesday.
the same coat every other day. Imagine if he was driving the same $22 million car every single day.
That would definitely be like a Debbie Downer. $22 million car. What do you think the insurance is on that?
Oh, it's probably reasonable. $125 a month, something like that.
I wonder where you get insurance like that.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Someone's going to insure it. You pay enough, someone's going to insure it.
It's got to be like Lloyd's of London. Or maybe you just don't even insure it.
Yeah, you just let it ride.
Say,
I got
whatever.
3 of them. If it gets stolen, I'm good.
I'm like, a billionaire.
Right.
It's probably cheaper just to throw it away.
Big deal. Disposable $2 million cars.
Okay. Speaking of the future,
Yes.
we have the top online psychic, Alycia Rose,
Yes.
joining us as our special guest. And then we're going to talk about betting on, what would you say, the Fuddruckers
The
versus...
Super Bowl. It's the Rough Riders against the Chiefs.
I should get a ticket to go to this game.
Don't even do that. You know how angry I will be.
And then later, we're going to have a little bit more of AI. We're going to talk about how AI is learning from babies.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's actually a really interesting story that
It is
Maddie
cool.
found. Really, really interesting. So don't leave us now because this is amazing. Hey, it's Kim Commando today. It's your daily fun podcast, as I like to say, about all things digital.
That email we got last week has really, really gotten to you.
Which one?
where you're telling people to not stay right
Oh, I
there.
know. I don't want to say it because I don't want the guy to stop in traffic.
You've been changing it up every single time. You have
Yes.
different variations and you refuse to stay right where you are.
Because the guy
That
was
really got to you.
well, because you have to be careful what you tell people.
No one's really stopping in the middle of the freeway because you say stay right where you are.
You know what? I have that power. Okay. I really do.
You've made such a conscious effort. I'm so proud of you.
Thank you. Don't leave us now.
Yeah, whatever you're changing it up every time.
Okay. Oh, I forgot to remind people to enter to win the $1,000 PC or Mac.
Go ahead.
Okay.
It's perfect time.
Commando.com/win. That's commando.com/win. It's your choice. PC or Mac.
PC.
PC.
So it's my choice. I get to pick it for the winner.
No. The
Oh.
winner gets to pick.
Oh, you're talking to the listeners. Oh, okay.
And the people that are watching.
Yeah,
Commando.com/win. All right. Are you ready for this?
I'm ready.
Okay. Joining us is Alycia Rose. She's one of the best psychics on the internet. She's done over 120,000 readings.
That's a lot.
She's voted the #1 top trusted psychic on any online service. Now, she's done this a few years. Okay. She's been doing this over 40 years.
No, that's barely any experience.
I don't know if she's got anything.
That whole 10,000 hours thing, I don't even know if she's even close.
Not at all. She says that she has the gift of second sight. That's the capacity to see remote foreign objects or events, as well as other spiritual gifts. And joining us right now here on Kim Commando Day is Alycia. Hi there, Alycia.
Hi there.
Welcome. So
Thank you.
how about we start? Explain to us what you do.
I'm an internet psychic. I'm a psychic in person too, but largely it's been over the internet. And I've been working on Keen.com, and that's been a very good experience for me.
Yeah, I actually went on Keen because I knew you were going to be on the show, and I checked it out. Just under the category of psychics, there are 347 people to choose from. Just from that one category. And there's like, finances, love and relationships, so many different categories. So what sets you apart from the other 346 people?
Well, actually, I've been working on Keen for a little bit, but I wouldn't say I'm the #1 person on there just yet. I've moved from like service to service, and I really do enjoy that particular service because I feel it's very professional. There's a lot of people on there. There's like 2,000 people,
Wow.
2,000 psychics on there. That's a lot to choose from.
Yeah. It was tough to narrow it down.
Was it? So Alycia, so how did you know that you had something different? I mean, when was the first instance?
I've been psychic all my life. I was born a mystic, so I can't really say that I knew that there was a particular instance. It wasn't really until, I guess, like the early 70s that they started talking about ESP on television. And that was what first gave me insight. Okay, so, all this weird stuff I've got going on, this is like really possible that I'm not really crazy. So, that's the way you kind of look at it. You learn how to be quiet when you're a kid because, the adults aren't going to probably appreciate anything psychic that you come out with.
And so then
I don't think I'm the only person that has that experience.
When did you start speaking up?
I really started speaking up when I was a teenager. I started having visions, and I started telling people things, and they were true. So that was what tapped me in, and plus also too, I discovered the runes when I was a teenager. The Elder Futhark. This is something that you can read with. It's a tool.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, what is this divination thing? Because I thought I had bought Tolkien's runes.
Wait, I'm sorry. You know what? You have to explain that. I don't know what that is.
What's a rune?
Oh, a rune is the Elder Norse alphabet. And it looks rather like the modern alphabet, except it's like stick figures.
Okay.
And how do you use the alphabet to do readings?
Divination. So that was my first introduction to divination.
And how do you use the alphabet to actually do readings?
You can, because symbols pretty much communicate on some level with the universe, if you will. So you could even use Scrabble pieces if you really wanted to. But, those letters have a deeper meaning than just as letters, just as a spoken word, which is pretty powerful in and of itself. So.
And so So you use these ruins, and then do you see like the letters in front of you? Do you close your eyes? Do you meditate it? Or how do you get those messages?
I got this my original bag here
Oh,
of runes that I had when I
Yeah, I
was
would
very
love to
young.
see this.
Here we go. We got the Berkana, growth, birch tree, direction of east, new beginnings, new energies coming in, which is perfect for spring. So all of these different letters, if you will, hold some energy to them. And you can use those to read with, just like you do with tarot cards. And tarot I use a lot more than I do runes, which is why I got them behind me here too. The cards have a lot of symbols on them as well. Symbols are always a way of communication for divination. It's kind of your USB plug to the universe.
that's funny.
So when your clientele comes to you, do they
Yeah.
get online with you and start asking questions and you give them responses, or do they just sit there and you just start spatting out the things you're seeing and what the runes or the cards are telling you?
I have to be very flexible when I'm working on the internet. It's different than working in person. If I was in person, I would start out with a general reading and then go into questions. Because the general reading usually tells me a lot of what's happening in that person's life and the energies and such that are moving through it. But, when you're on the internet, people are very much, steak and potatoes about their readings. They want to know, when is this guy going to call me? How does he feel about me? Are we going to get back together again? Largely, those are the questions that I answer. A lot of love questions.
Yeah, and
Some people do ask me about career.
now many years ago, my parents lived outside Orlando, Florida. They lived in Apopka, Florida. And I don't remember the name of the community, but there was a community of psychics not far from Orlando and where they lived.
Well, it is the Magic Kingdom. It makes sense.
Well, it wasn't at Disney. So we went there, my mother and I and dad and my sister, and I got a reading of tarot cards. And I remember it specifically because the woman said to me that I see you on stage with a microphone.
Interesting.
Okay, this was like really before the radio show took off and anything like that. And she thought that I was going to be a singer.
Wow.
Which
Couldn't have been more wrong.
okay. Which let me tell you, Alicia, I could never sing. I can't carry a tune. I can't play a piano. But she said that I was going to be, she said, I see you on stage with a microphone, which I never forgot that. I thought that was super interesting.
That connected to you.
Yes.
Now, I worked with a medium doing a radio show for almost a decade. And the way he processed everything is he was the true definition for him of a medium, where he would start talking to someone, get comfortable with them. He would then see and hear symbols or visions or things that would represent things that were connecting to their lives from the other side. Is that something that you do? Are you speaking
I
to
do
the
things
dead?
different. I think that there's a presumption that everything always works the same way for everyone.
Sure.
We all have different gifts. When I would do something like mediumship, I would need a name. And, it would have to be a conversation because I'm trying to do it through clairaudience. I'm a natural channel, which means, that it's too much, because effectively that would be a kind of transpossession. And I don't want to offer that on the internet, let alone really in person. If I can do it through spiritual hearing, that's what I'll do, So.
Well, he had something. I know you don't think he did.
No.
Okay. But
I'm a non-believer.
okay. I mean, let me just tell you, Alicia, what happened is that my grandmother passed away and he was over at the house. Steve came over because he was dropping something off or something. And then he looked at my mother and said to her, "Did you really do that?" And my mother was like, "What?" And Steve said, "Did you really say goodbye to your mother in every room of her house?" I mean, and like even you went in the bathroom and said goodbye to her? My mother said, yes. Okay. What are the odds?
It's true.
Okay. And then he also said that your mother appreciated that when she was dying, that you laid down with her and you said, it's okay for you to go. Everybody's going to be okay here. And I didn't know that my mother did that.
But that is, and I'm not trying to be a negative Nancy or whatever, but that's a very common thing that happens when people are passing. That's a common conversation that happens. Now, the goodbye in every other room, it's very unique.
Yes.
Now, I worked with the medium on his radio show for almost a decade. And if anything, the most important thing that I took away from that is that the people that were calling up, whether it was accurate or not, whatever happened during that call, they were calling in for hope. They were calling in for comfort. And the people that I believe are contacting you, will he call me? Will this man call me? They just want hope. And that's what they take away, and that's what they get.
That's a good, that's an interesting word, hope. It is.
Yeah. It was more of an emotional connection and I was reading your reviews on the Keen site, and it was so accurate, so accurate, so accurate. And everybody was praising you. I think I only saw one negative review on that website for you. And all those people, they got what they wanted.
Well, so Alicia, so does tech interfere with the readings?
No, I don't think it interferes with the readings. It's just it's very rushed when you have to do things on the internet. When you're working on a service, you're working on a clock, and people are very much aware of the money that they're spending per minute. So you're trying to get out as much as you can quickly and to help them. And sometimes that's not always so easy to do because you might need to take your time with something. And I don't think perhaps people always understand that. They think that maybe you just wiggle your nose and things happen.
Bewitched.
Yes.
And what does it cost through Keen?
Everybody's a different price there. I believe I'm $15.99 a minute.
Okay.
But you can set your own price as a psychic. So
Maddie
I'm actually not that expensive.
So Maddie was saying, and I don't know if I fully understand her note here to me, that she has something that with you that you've witnessed evil spirits with technology. What does she mean by that?
Oh, she talked to me about that. There can be energy. Energy is everywhere, obviously. I think that technology sometimes can be a conduit for it. So, yeah, there are times when I think that there has been some negative energy that's somebody's kind of pushed forward, through some sort of connection. But, I don't put up with it. I refuse it.
How do you refuse it?
My will, I block it.
Okay. Now
working with energy is something that I do anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't accept the negative energy. And you can't if you're going to be an online psychic, because you have to have a thicker skin. People can be very aggressive. They can be very abusive. And you have to have some really solid customer service skills when you're dealing with people. Even if you're a really good psychic, you have to really work with the people well, because otherwise, they'll be very unhappy with you and they won't want to call back either.
You probably need a lot of patience. But,
Yes.
Nobody wants, I don't even want anybody with bad karma around me.
Well, that was the question I was going to ask. Did you ever have to deliver a bad message to someone? Is he going to call me back? No, he's not. As a matter of fact, he hates you.
I've tried to do that as gently as I can. I don't sugarcoat things. But the reason why I think I am a trusted psychic is because I've been so honest with people. And sometimes honesty isn't always appreciated. I have had people that have gotten mad at me when I gave them a reading they didn't like. But you know what? They came back years later and said, Alicia, you were so right.
Well, so...
Well, if I could real quick, and this is going to be just for you and I. No one else can listen.
Okay.
All right.
We were allowed to ask you a question about the future. And I just want to know who's going to win the Super Bowl. And if you could,
come on.
if you could, just the exact score. I don't need to know stats or anything like that. Will it be the Chiefs or the Saskatchewan Roughriders?
I would like to say the Chiefs, but I think the Rough Riders have a better chance.
Perfect.
See that? Well,
So-
okay. Can I ask a question?
Sure.
Sure.
Will I reach 2 million subscribers on my newsletter?
I mean, you haven't already?
Not yet. Pretty soon. I guess that's a yes.
Yeah. Yes. Yes.
Will I?
yes.
Oh,
Perfect.
I'm excited about that. I do. I want 2 million subscribers so badly. We're almost at a 500,000. We're almost at. And so, is there anything like I should do along the way, aside from work hard like I do?
I think keep doing what you're doing, and I think just keep expanding on what you're already doing. I'm aware of you because I have been a graphic designer, so I've paid attention to technology, but not everybody has. But I think you have a lot to offer, even to the average person who maybe isn't all that familiar with technology. So if you can reach that audience, I think that's where you're going to go gold.
Well, that's what we need.
We also need to figure out how to get people on the other side to subscribe. I mean, that's a whole new audience that we haven't even gone after.
Well, let's get Steve back.
Just got to get them to click on the link and sign up for the newsletter.
That's it. Well, I think this is Alycia, thanks for joining us. I really appreciate
Sure.
you being here. And when I hit 2 million subscribers, I'm gonna call you up.
You're going to be part of the party.
Yes.
Awesome.
Partay. You have to come to Phoenix.
That sounds great.
Thank you.
And if anybody wants to get in touch with her, she is on keen.com.
That's right. Keen.com.
Search her
Yeah,
name. If you want to
Alycia
find
Rose.
her,
Yes.
search her name because there's, like I said, there's so many people.
Well, Alycia is spelled Alycia.
Right.
Alycia Rose.
And just search her name on keen.com and she'll pop right up.
Well, I was really relieved that she said that I would reach 2 million subscribers.
I'm sure you were. And I was really relieved that the Chiefs had a chance of winning, but it's probably going to be the Rough Riders this Sunday during the Super Bowl.
I think it will be 100%.
They're not playing. I made that up.
I went to a psychic once in Tempe.
Yeah.
And I
Hold on. I have a prediction. I think I'm about to hear an awful joke.
How did you know?
Oh my gosh. I have the gift.
Okay. And I knocked on her front door and she said, "Who is it?"
She should know.
And I left. All right. Coming up, the big game is on Sunday.
You can say Super Bowl.
Can you?
Yeah, as long as we're not doing commercials or tying a product in, it's legally fine. Everybody gets so scared about saying Super
I
Bowl.
don't want the NFL to come knocking my door. They have a lot more money than me.
They've done a good job of bullying people. But if we're just having a conversation, we can say Super Bowl.
Can we sing happy birthday too?
No, we're not paying for that. We can't afford that.
Can't afford that. So we're going to talk about how to watch it,
Yes, and how to gamble on
how
it.
to gamble on it. And then later on, how AI is using babies.
That sounds awful.
It does sound awful. So stay right where you are.
Hopefully it's not as food.
Did you hear it? I got stay right where you are.
I know.
Okay. Hey, it's Kim Commando today. It's your daily fun podcast, right? And so you can watch us on all these places. I'm not even going to list them anymore. Just know wherever you can stream video, that's where you can search for Kim Commando. And so if you are getting us as an audio podcast, you can watch us. And if you're watching us, you can get us as an audio podcast
Do
in
them
your
both at the
favorite
same
podcast
time.
player.
Sync them up at
In
the same
stereo.
exact time. Stereo.
That would be great.
That would be hilarious, actually.
You're like, oh,
I got Kim. I got Kim. I got Kim. I got Kim.
that was Andrew. Wait,
Oh.
no. Okay. Super Bowl.
Yes, Super Bowl is this Sunday
49ers
against Chiefs
against the Chiefs.
in Las Vegas, Nevada.
Where are they playing in Vegas?
At the Raiders Stadium.
Are they? Okay.
Yeah, they're right there on the Strip. It's a beautiful, brand new stadium, and the game is going to be on Sunday. It's a CBS is the network this year. If you want to watch the game, so if you want to watch it for free, have an antenna. You can get it for free over the air, like the old-fashioned.
I know.
way.
You know what? I got sucked into some clickbait about
What happened?
like the best and only way to watch the Super Bowl.
And did
Okay.
it say get an antenna?
Well, yeah. Okay. But then it goes on and then you can watch it on Paramount Plus. Then you can
Right.
watch it here. You can watch it there. Okay. I didn't just turn on my television and put on channel whatever it is CBS is.
Well, do you have cable, like cable TV?
Well, no, we have an over-the-air antenna.
Okay, and I'm sure with Barry, it's probably the top of the line, biggest and baddest.
Of course it
Got it
is.
straight from NASA.
Oh, speaking of, I come home. Okay. All right. Well, there's two things going on
All right.
in our house. Okay. I go home and I look, and you've been to the house. You got this beautiful pool, beautiful view.
Yes.
Okay. So where I have like this little corner that I like to sit because I can be like, and I see the entire city. I look and I'm like, what the hell is that? Okay.
I can't wait.
And it's probably like I don't know, 5 feet long.
Oh my God, that's huge.
Okay, and like maybe 3 feet wide, and it's
Okay.
just like right where right in my view of the city.
What is it?
It's an over-the-air antenna, and I was like, you couldn't put it behind the house.
For television?
Yes, because I'm sure it's like some whiz bang super duper antenna. We're not
On
talking
the
about
deck?
Yes,
Sitting on the deck?
Yes. Okay. And
I mean, I don't have as fancy a deck as you have, but I'm not putting it on the deck.
The man has his own island. Okay. He lives on his own island. Okay. And then I go to where the covered patio is, where Santa was
Wait a minute,
for the
hold on.
holiday.
He bought a 3 foot by 5 foot device to watch Fox in the morning?
Or I don't know what he's watching.
That's insane.
Okay. Lawrence Welk. I don't know. Okay. And then on the patio where Santa is, big patio,
Right.
is that he's building a ham radio antenna that's going to be 45 feet tall.
No. On the deck?
Okay, but no, he's just building it on the deck.
Oh, good.
Okay, so then
Then he's going to have it installed on top of the house?
Okay, wait. So I said to him, so where are you going to put this antenna? Because remember, at the old house, you promised me that I would never see a ham radio antenna. And I think I had 50 antennas on the roof.
You could definitely see him.
Oh, my God. You could see him from like a mile away.
For NASA, could see
Okay.
him.
So he looks at me and goes, well, I'm going to put it upstairs. And you're
On
not,
your side of the bed?
and you're not going to be able to see it unless you look out the window in your exercise room.
He's putting it right in front of your window?
And I said, no. And he's like, well, I don't want to piss off the neighbors. I said, well, you're going to piss off your wife. Okay. I mean, just saying, dude. Yeah, I think you're better off going with the neighbor.
Maybe he's unretire and go get a job. All right, so back to the Super Bowl.
Yes.
So it's going to be over the air on CBS for free. Since it is a CBS product, it will be streaming on Paramount Plus, like you said. Any streaming service that offers CBS, you can then get the game. And if you don't want to pay for it, they're all going to have free trials this week for the Super Bowl. So
Nice.
Roku, Hulu Plus, Live TV, Paramount Plus. It's also going to be available on Nickelodeon in the Slimecast, where SpongeBob will be doing the play-by-play along with his buddy Patrick.
Is that funny to watch?
I watched the first one they did, and it was fine. I mean, Nickelodeon did a way better job than Disney did. The Disney...
Oh, the Toy Story one?
Yes, that was
dumb.
awful.
Yeah.
It was so
I did
not
see that.
worth
I'm like-
watching. But the Nickelodeon one, it is fun. If you're watching with kids and, just try a couple of quarters, maybe. Just a couple of series to see what it's like. If they score a touchdown, the whole end zone gets slimed. It's fun, but it's not how you watch the Super Bowl. So you can watch it for free, streaming or over the air. In the past, the NFL has offered it through the NFL app, but this is one of the first years that they are not doing that. You'll have to go through the providers for the game. How to bet on the Super Bowl. 27 states, gambling is legal on your phone.
Okay.
We're not there yet where it's the entire country, but I believe it's 44 million people, 44 million adults have the access to have gambling on your app.
I saw a number today. They said that at least 68 million people would bet.
That would include
Probably
people
Vegas.
betting in Vegas, betting illegally through bookies, betting like you and I make a bet, that would count into that number.
That's true. Okay.
So the access, the reach is better, but this is going to be one of the biggest years for sports gambling. Any app you decide to sign up for, make sure you use the promo codes. Make sure you take advantage of every single deal.
How do you get the promo codes?
Usually you just go to the website as for DraftKings, FanDuel, BetMGM, and they'll have the promo code right there, and you sign up from the app through the link, and the promo code will be added there. Because you're going to get like $150 of free bets if you just deposit $5.
So what's a good bet?
A good bet. Well, do you want to have fun? Do you want to make money? What angle are we talking?
Is it the over under? No, I don't even know what that means.
Okay. The over under is the total point total. So the over under for this game, I believe right now is sitting at 54 points. So both teams would have to combine to score more or less than 54. If you wanted the over, they would have to score more than 54. The under would be under 54.
That makes sense.
Here's my tip, though. Whatever app you want to go with, whatever one it is, applies to all of them. Whatever bet they're promoting, don't bet it.
Oh, really?
No. They're going to juice up the odds for something that is very unlikely to happen. I mean, they're a sports book. They're in it to make money, and they're going to promote the bets that are probably not going to happen. And if you bet $5 and you win 200, it's going to look really fun and juicy. But it's the Super Bowl. There's tons of fun bets. You can bet on the color of the Gatorade that's going to be poured on the coach after it wins. Yeah, always go with clear. I'm a definite clear guy. You can vote in the coin toss, heads or tails. How long will Reba McEntire's Star Spangled Banner be? And it's a really short number. It's like a minute 24. I would definitely go over on that. I mean, that's so quick.
Yeah.
But I don't know if Ruby's just, no frills and she's just going to bang right through it. Just so you know, the shortest national anthem over the last decade is 1 minute and 34 seconds. I've been doing my research. That was Kelly Clarkson. But there's tons of fun bets. I like the Chiefs. I think the Chiefs are going to win straight up. I like the under. I don't think it's going to be a high scoring game.
Okay, well, I'm going to fire up DraftKings and say, no, I'm not going to do that.
You did it 1 year and then you yelled and cursed me out the entire game.
Well, you know what happened? Because I was taking care of my mom and her caregiver was there, and the caregiver was making money betting on football. And so while we're sitting there, mom's sleeping, we're fired up DraftKings.
Did you have fun? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah, I lost like $200 though.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, she was winning like $1,000 here and there. I mean, she totally was betting a lot of money.
Yeah, she was into it. Yeah, I don't make big bets. Maybe $10, $15 here or there. It's just, I mean, it is gambling. It's for entertainment purposes.
So I was reading something about Rihanna that when she was the halftime, that, she pulled out some makeup, compact makeup.
Right.
And that she got, when that moment that she did it, is that she
because that was her branded makeup.
Exactly. She got $5.6 million worth of brand media.
Well, yeah, a 30-second commercial is $7 million this year for just 30 seconds.
Wow.
So every time you see a spot, and most of them are 30 seconds because it's very expensive, just know that the network is making $7 million every 30 seconds.
We'll take a spot for like $70.
Okay. It's a bit of a difference.
All right, so let's do a bet.
Okay.
Since you're betting the Chiefs.
Correct.
I'm going to go with the 49ers.
All right. San Francisco, just straight up.
Yes.
No point spread. Just whoever wins, wins.
Well, we should probably do like something like.
You don't even know what a point spread is. Why did I even bring it up?
It's a spread of points.
What would you like? What would you like the bet to be?
The San Francisco 49ers are going to win by like over 5 points.
Oh, you're giving me 5 points? Vegas is only given 1. I'll take 5 all day.
Oh, okay, 1.
Okay.
You know how I came up with the 5?
How?
Well, 49 is like 50. That'll be 5.
You're worse than Taylor Swift fans. 4 plus 9 is 13, and Taylor Swift's favorite lucky number is 13. Oh, shut up. All right, so what are we betting? $20? $5? What are we doing? Lunch?
$20.
$20. Deal.
I don't know if I want to have lunch with you. Let's not go that far.
Even if I'm paying, it's still punishment.
Oh, wow, gotta go.
Why did you pick Taco Bell, Beth? I'm really surprised.
It was just the drive-through. That was it.
$20. I got the Chiefs. You got the 49ers.
That's it.
What if Saskatchewan Roughriders win? Then we both are losers.
Where's Alicia? All right. So just a quick story about AI and babies coming up. So stay right where you are.
There we go.
Yes.
Like the good old days.
Yes. Hey, it's Kim Commando today. Make sure that you share us out with at least one person in your life. We don't even care if you don't like them. I mean, it doesn't matter. It's just one person. You could just be walking down the street and say, hey, do you know about Kim Commando today? What do you think?
They're going to think you're pushing some sort of religion. Would you like to learn more about Kim Commando today? Come check your thetans with me.
It's going to save your life.
Of course it will.
It will. And of course, you can enter to win that brand new PC or Mac right now, valued at 1,000 buckaroos. Come on, you can win over at commando.com/win. That's commando.com/win. So we opened up today's pod talking about AI. We're going to close talking about AI.
We started with AI ending the planet, destroying the world. This is a little more cuter story.
Well, AI has been following a 6-month-old little boy by the name of Sam. And so they're recording Sam, and then AI is learning from Sam about like how to do things, and also learning words because Sam's mom and dad are talking to Sam. So like crib. And so they're saying that this is like the next stage of AI.
Now, is this AI a blank slate? Like it
Correct.
knew nothing
Nothing.
when they hooked it up to this
Right.
kid. Okay.
And so what they're hoping to do is that now AI will be able to teach other AIs about how to develop as a human being, which hopefully, maybe it might learn some empathy.
That's what we can only hope
I know,
for.
that's what we want.
Don't nuke Nebraska.
We want empathy. Empathy. So anyway, I just thought it was like a cute little side note.
That is interesting that you can take this blank slate AI and you literally are raising a child. I mean, it's going to have the education level, the awareness, the communication abilities of a small child.
Well,
I hope they keep this going and keep with this kid as he gets older and older and older.
can you imagine when it becomes a tween? Oh God, I hated those years. You're not there yet.
No, but I know people who have them. They're just jerks.
Oh man.
I've realized that children, especially boys, when they hit like 11 years old until like 25, they just don't want anything to do with you and don't like you. And then after 25, everything kind of...
See, that's not true. Because see, with Ian and I are so close. We've always been close.
Right. But I'm sure there's been times where you're annoying, where he's smarter than you. You don't know what you're talking about.
Exactly.
That's what I mean.
Yes.
Those moments.
Yes. I mean, we've had a few knockout dragouts
Mhm.
because, as you can imagine, I'm a little tough.
No.
Yes.
Sweet caring commando.
One of them was when he didn't answer his phone. He was like 12. And he comes running in the house. And I'm like, my office.
Oh,
Now.
never want to hear that.
That was bad. And I said, I had to tell him, I read him the riot act.
Right.
Okay, my phone. You carry my phone. I pay the bill on my phone. Okay. So when you're carrying my
It's a
phone,
digital leash.
okay, that you need to answer.
Why
my
wouldn't
phone.
he answer the phone?
Oh, I don't know. I think he was just having like that independent moment, like,
So he sidebarred you.
yes.
It's not like even like, oh, I missed it, didn't hear it.
Mm-mm.
He totally sidebarred you.
Yeah, they never did that again.
No, you learned that once.
It's like, oh.
I told you the story when I went camping, right?
Mm-mm.
I was 18. I had a job, still living with my parents. And I got out of work and everybody's like, hey, let's go camping. I was like, that sounds fun. Went to somebody's house, grabbed a tent, grabbed some sleeping bags, headed up north, came home Sunday night, didn't think anything of it. My mom had called the police. She was out looking for me. I got the go in my office. Let's have a
Yes.
talking to
You better sit down.
conversation. Yeah. And I was an adult. I still felt awful.
Okay, but speaking of babies, I have
Yes.
to end on you know what? Let me tell you. Susan
Mhm.
sent me a note, and she said that she loves the joke.
All right. I'll try to have a more positive attitude
Okay.
for them.
Because, you're really, it's kind of hitting me in my ego
I'm sorry. I'll
a little
work on
bit.
this.
I got a little ego.
They're just so awful.
My farmer friend used his tax refund check to buy baby chickens.
Yeah.
He got the money for nothing and the chicks for free.
It's so stupid. I mean, good one. That was great.
Okay, it was a stretch.
You
Okay.
do have a zinger every now and then.
Every once
You
in a
got
while.
like a 35% hit rate.
No, even though Barry laughed at my Biden one.
I like the Biden one. That was good.
We were not getting political.
No, it's just a joke.
It was just a joke. All right, so we'll be back here tomorrow.
Okay.
Same time, same channel. Thanks for being here. Leave us some nice words, some good comments, and make sure that you share us out. Just one person. That's it.